This is Biko Edema, and you're watching the 3 Quarters podcast. Stick to it.
Episode 23, part 1 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the 3 Quarters podcast. Or if that's hard to say, 3QP will work. Today being the 7th of May 2017, we are shooting from Kilimani, and as always we want to thank our hosts for giving us this opportunity to shoot episode 23, which will be dropping in the course of this week on all our platforms. First, we want to thank our fans, our followers, our subscribers, our viewers. We do not take it for granted that you guys take your time to watch an episode of the 3 Quarters podcast. And on behalf of the 3 Quarters podcast, all you can say is asanteni and shukran sana. With every passing day, the Rugby World Cup in Japan in 2019 draws closer. As a matter of fact, on 10th of May 2017, they will be conducting the draw for the pools in Kyoto, Japan. It is as a result of this that we've created the Road to Japan hashtag as we try to sensitize the public on the game of rugby 15s. The Kenya Simbas are about to embark on a monumentous challenge to honor support at the Rugby World Cup in Japan in 2019. They take on Uganda, Senegal and Tunisia in Nairobi. They then fly out to Zimbabwe, Bulawayo, take on Zimbabwe, and finish up with a game against Namibia in Windhoek. Therefore, jump onto the Road to Japan hashtag to support the Kenya Simbas, because these boys are indeed the superstars of rugby in Kenya. This is Ngashi, official noisemaker.
Jerry Ngus, Kenya.
And Kenya Cup might be over, but what guys don't know is that there's something called Enterprise Cup that's happening. And the good thing about Enterprise Cup is it's knockout rugby. So teams have to bring their best on that day. Yesterday we had a chance to watch Nondescripts RFC versus Mean Machine at the Jamhuri Park. What are Ngus thoughts about that game?
Game was it was quite entertaining. Yeah, of course, Nondes started the game quite strongly, if I may say. Machine took some time to settle in. But the defense was quite resolute though. The first 20 minutes. Nondes tried to give them to try and punch them. Especially when they came to the scrumming. The scrumming, they're quite strong. And they got to the 22 a lot of times. Took a while before the first points. But Nondis came out superior. And they liked the backs as well, with Biko controlling them.
The backs.
And then the Kamze wheels imetoka Akaranga was quite
Charles Kanye, that is known as Akaranga. So I mean, I must say that first, and I've said this throughout Kenya Cup season, the thing you like about Machine the most is the passion that the players have and the passion that the fans have. Machine do not have money, for lack of a better word. I don't think they're supported as much by the university nowadays. So these guys are very selfless in the way they conduct themselves, the way they come to the games. And you could notice in the first about 15-20 minutes, they did take it to Nondis. They actually contained Nondis very well before Nondis were able to register any points on the board. But then, of course, experience and as you say, the forwards were much bigger. The forwards were bigger, therefore they were able to set up good platforms. And of course, Nondis came out victors, 19-5. That was the score for the game. Nondescripts versus Mean Machine RFC. That was happening at Jamhuri Park yesterday. But that was not the only game happening in the Enterprise Cup. Gusale, you want to give us the results for the other games?
The matches in the first round of the Enterprise Cup. We had Black Blood hosting Mwamba, Kulabu. And Kulabu lost 17-12. Then the Harlequins hosted Top Right Nakuru. Harlequins coming out on top 28-20. Western Bulls in Western we're hosting, of course, Western. We're hosting Menengai Homeboys, Menengai Cream Homeboys. Menengai Cream Homeboys came out on top 32-20. Then, of course, Nondi's beating Machine at the Jamhuri Park 19-5.
I mean, what I have to say about these results is, and I think you mentioned something yesterday that has stuck with me. You know, it's knockout rugby. Therefore, it's on the day. It's what you bring on the day. And I guess, I mean, Black Blood beat Mwamba, and we had like halftime. It was 10-0.
Someone is crying.
We had Kenya Harlequins versus Nakuru. You remember the end-to-end stuff when we were getting the messages when we were watching the game?
10-10, halftime.
10-10, 20-20 at some point.
Yeah, Nakuru were coming. I think they had the momentum.
I
just lost it.
I also hear in Western Bulls versus Homeboys, it was a very close game before, of course, the experience and the quality of the players worked for Homeboys, and Homeboys were able to pull out in the last minute. But the good thing about Enterprise Cup is, as you say, knockout rugby, and therefore guys have to bring the best on the day.
It's the game today.
It's a game today. See, Kesho.
League.
Near Leo. Of course, after those results, we proceed to the quarterfinals of the Enterprise Cup. The fixtures next week, we have Cabras hosting Nondis in Kakamega. We have KCB hosting Black Blood at the Lions Den. We have Strathmore hosting Homeboys at Madaraka. And our feature game of the week, the third version of the Ngong Road Derby, Impala RFC versus Kenya Harlequins. That's going to be taking place at Impala. Predictions real quick, Musale. Cabras Nondis, who do you think are going to take it?
Cabras have something to prove, I believe.
Yeah. You think they're going to take
considering it? They lost the final.
Yeah,
I think Cabras just might come out on top.
Okay. KCB versus Black Blood?
The Bankers.
Yeah. You don't think Blood are going to pull another upset?
So far, Mwamba ilikuwa kubatisha kidogo labda. But I think KCB maybe going for the double. So,
that's true. Strathmore versus Homeboys?
Strathmore Homeboys.
Or Strathmore A versus Strathmore B?
Strathmore A, B will come out.
I.e. Homeboys, the details. And our feature game of the week, Impala versus Harlequins.
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
because I think I'll go with Queens. Just because of Roho.
Roy Mongea. I agree with you, the first three. Impala versus Queens, of course, even as you said, Roa is going to go with Queens. But the truth in the fact of the matter is that Queens are going to be missing some players who've been called up to the Simbas. And they leave for camp.
As well as Impala, like 2-3.
Impala has 2 or 3 players, but anyway, actually, to be honest, I won't even call this one.
It's a 50-50.
It's a 50-50 game. There you have it, our feature game of this week, Enterprise Cup quarterfinals. Ngong Road Derby, number 3 of the season. Impala versus Sport Pesa Harlequins at the Impala RFC. If you're doing nothing, which most likely you are, make your way to Impala so that you can catch some Enterprise Cup and good rugby. That has been episode 23, part 1 of the 3 Quarters podcast. As always, we ask you guys to like our Facebook page, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram. This is Nyashi, official noisemaker.
Jerry Roos, Kenyana.
Until part 2, keep it live, keep it locked.